City.
Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
What's up? It's your boy Trey. My boy Jermaine. We sports on lock, and we under the Spot On Sport Network. We're not just accurate, we're spot on. We a new show. My boy Jermaine, say what's up.
What's good, people? How y'all doing? Welcome to the show, episode number 1, pilot, takeoff. Let's get it.
Take off, baby.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan say the ceiling is the roof. We're gonna surpass that.
Oh yeah, sports on lock.
So we're gonna start off the first episode, like the background of ourselves. My name's Trey Stein. I'm from Fort Worth. Went to UTA, got a degree in broadcast communications. I love sports since I was a little kid. All my homeboys called me ESPN. I got on the back of my Letterman jacket, the future ESPN. I just love sports. Took a little hiatus, but then my boy Tony posted something on Instagram, and I joined the network. How you get into this, boy, Jermaine?
All right. So my name's Jermaine Mathis. I go by Maine or Jermaine, whatever you want to call me. I've been involved in sports all my life. Started playing sports at the age of 6. Played 3 sports at the age of 6. Played sports all the way up to high school and college. I didn't play sports. I went to LSU for a year, then decided didn't want to do that. Did a little bit of music, like producing, do a little bit of like poetry. I do a little bit of Forex trading. I do a little bit of everything, man. You know, I'm just trying to make it out. I'm from New Orleans, you know, been here since Katrina.
How was that year at LSU, man? I didn't know you went to LSU. Were y'all good that year in football?
Yeah, we was good. That was actually Patrick Peterson's senior year, bro. I had biology class with Tyrann Matthew. I swear, dude used to sleep every day in class. Every day. He'll never be awake in class, man.
That's because he filled out them drug tests.
I don't know, man. Look, from what I heard, study hall was it. That's all I knew. Athletes go to study hall. Next thing you know, they getting A's on everything.
Oh, so they was passing them boys to win.
Yeah, you know how it go.
So are you from New Orleans? So that's the Saints your team?
Yeah, you know I root for Saints. I root for Pelicans. I root for LSU. But look, growing up in Louisiana, of course, that's everybody's favorite. You know, that's the hometown team. So I always tried to be a little bit different. And I kind of like going against the grain. So as a kid, I actually used to like the Florida Gators. Like when they had Tebow and Jeff Demps and Chris Rainey and Percy Harvin, Brandon Spikes, Carlos Dunlap, Major Wright, Joe Hayden, you know what I'm saying? All them boys. When Janoris Jenkins was a freshman, you know what I'm saying? I was really on the Florida Gators. I liked them a lot. That was a real fast team. I liked them because it was fast. You know, there's a lot of speed on the field. But, you know, I'm holding down New Orleans all day.
Man, I'm with you. When I was in high school, Texas, that's my Texas Longhorns. That's first and foremost. That's the number 1 school. I love VY won championship 05. College basketball is North Carolina. I love North Carolina. Won 3 championships since like 2000. Since Roy got there. Now I'm a Rockets fan. LeBron the GOAT. That's my favorite athlete, no matter what sport.
Yeah, Bron and Aaron. He on the Mount Rushmore for sure.
And then, of course, the Cowboys, being from the DFW, that's the squad, man. My daddy wouldn't have no other way. He would have disowned me if I picked another team. But the funny thing is, my first favorite football player was Sean Taylor.
Hey, that's lit. I love Sean Taylor, bro.
When he was at the U, man, I just gravitated towards Sean. And then I asked my dad one day, I was like, hey, can I get a Sean Taylor jersey? He was like, boy, ain't buying you no Redskins jersey. I said, no, not the Redskins, the Miami one. That's the one I wanted, the Miami one. But I agree with you with that Gators team, man. Back then, Tebow, Gators was my second squad. I rooted for the Gators. I liked Tebow, Percy Harvin. And come to find out, that was a jail team, bro. A lot of them boys got in trouble.
Aaron Hernandez, Pouncey twins.
Yeah, a lot of them boys got in trouble back in the day.
Boys got down. But nah, this is a crazy story. My dad is a Cowboys fan, bro. So all my life, Cowboys has kind of been in my household. My first football jersey was a Troy Aikman jersey. And I ain't gonna stunt. I wore it one time. I wore it for Mardi Gras, bro. I had to be like 8 years old, maybe 9. I wore it for Mardi Gras, and it got messed up. I ain't never wear it again.
Me could have got your Michael Irvin jersey, but the playmaker 88. You gotta get the black man.
I don't know why he got me a Troy Aikman jersey, dog. He like Emmitt Smith. That was his favorite player, but he gonna give me a Troy Aikman.
Well, a lot of our dad generation, they loved Emmett, bro. They like back in the day, they loved a running back.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
I grew up liking running backs too. Like when I played football, that was my position, bro. Front running back. I used to love it. Like, get me to the ground.
I always wanted to be a DB, but I wasn't fast, so I played linebacker. But
I played DB in high school, and I feel like I messed up when I switched to defense. And I wasn't trash, but I feel like I would have been a lot more effective playing offense, and it was a lot more fun when I played running back.
And I mean, defense is what the Savages play, man. You picked the right side, man. That's what the Savages play, man.
That's exactly why I wanted to join, because I'm like, man, look, I want to see how it would feel like just to lay somebody out all the time. Like, this is my job, just to lay all out, just hit.
Speaking of laying somebody out, we gonna maneuver to the first segment of our show.
Let's get it.
The 4 down, man. So you talking about laying people out? We can start our first down with that Jamal Adams trade, man. What you think about that?
Man, I like it. Seattle, they defense wasn't that great last year, but it wasn't horrible. They was in the bottom half. They was ranked 22nd in the league. They still managed to be 11-5 this past season. And I think Jamal Adams would be really good because you got Shaquille Griffin on the team. And what's the other guy name? Quandre Diggs.
Yeah, Quandre Diggs. He was a Texas, baby. Cook him.
Look, he only played 5 games with Seattle last season, and he had 4 turnovers. So you had Jamal Adams to the secondary, who are already pretty good. And then maybe, who knows, David Clowney might decide he want to stay since Jamal Adams in the building. I mean, that might be a solid defense. I feel like Seattle really has the potential to go from a bottom of the barrel, or I should say a bottom half of the NFL team defense, to a top 5 defense next season.
How I'm gonna look at this trade. I'm gonna look at 2 sides, because there's always 2 sides to a trade. Got the team. So I'm looking at the Jets side and the Seattle Seahawks side. From the Jets side, I feel like they did what they needed to do, because with Jamal Adams, they weren't winning games, and he didn't want to be there. So I would just ship him out and get the most picks you can get for him. And I like that they had 2 first-round picks, and they got a 3rd-round pick, and they're sending off a 4th-round pick. And they also got Brandon McDougal, who he's a nice serviceable safety. So he ain't no Jamal Adams, but Jamal Adams on the Jets, they weren't winning no games, and he didn't want to be there. So I like what they doing. They trying to build their team. The Jets just need a draft, though, because 5 of their last 6 first-round draft picks, they either traded or cut.
I was just about to say that, bro. It's great what they did, but if you think about it, the Jets always had a top 10 draft pick. They always had high draft picks. They always had excessive draft picks. And what has it turned to, like, in the last 10 years? Like, who have we seen that the Jets draft and be like, oh, he's a franchise player besides Jamal Adams?
Hey, I like Sam Darnold.
I like Sam Darnold too, but you got to stay on the field and you got to produce some wins. He ain't got no O-line.
The 13 games he played last year, they went 7-6, so he was producing wins. Like you said, he got no O-line, he got no wide receivers, he got washed up Le'Veon Bell.
He washed.
Man, I don't Le'Veon. Hey man, that 1 year with the Jets, he looked washed. That 3 yards. That 3 yards.
I think. I mean, maybe the offense just not for him. Maybe they want it to be Darnold's offense. Maybe they don't want to, pound and ground. Just pound and rock.
But the way Le'Veon talked, remember he was saying he he more than a running back. He was saying he a wide receiver and a running back. So you supposed to be like Christian McCaffrey. I need that.
Yeah. Man, they doing something wrong up there. You seen Jamal Adams got on everybody. He don't like no.
But we can't talk. We talk about the Jets because I know everybody say the past they haven't did nothing with their draft picks the last 10 years. But this is Joe Douglas. This is his 2nd year with the team. He came from the Eagles system. we all know the Eagles knew how to draft and sign free agents and groom a team. So I'm gonna give Joe Douglas the benefit of the doubt. And also, they hired Adam Gase before him, so I'm not gonna say he hired Adam Gase. I don't like Adam Gase as a coach.
I don't think nobody like Adam Gase, bro.
You see, Jamal Adam didn't like him. Jamal Adam said he wouldn't even talk to the team. Like when it's time to give a rah-rah speech, he'll walk out the door and let another coach give a speech. What kind of that's your team, bro? But like I was saying, I'm gonna give Joe Douglas the benefit of the doubt. I know this is his first year, so I'm gonna let him like go with the team. And I'm gonna judge him on these next 2 first-round picks. They got to hit. I know it's the back end of the draft, but you got to hit, man, because you need they drafted Mekhi Becton out of Louisville to protect Sam Darnold. They need to keep on drafting. They need to keep on drafting offensive linemen, protect Sam Darnold, because he's a good quarterback. I just think he got put in probably the worst situation in the NFL. Like they had no weapons, like no wide receiver and no offensive line. And I just think like they need to grow. They got drafted Denzel Mills in the second round from Baylor. So just keep on adding pieces to Sam Darnold so we can actually see what's Sam Darnold's potential.
Right. I mean, definitely them draft picks have definitely helped the Jets long term. But I still feel like Jamal Adams, man, that's a ball player, right? That's a playmaker.
All right, so now I'm going to go to the Seattle side. All right, so Seattle, they traded a third last year for Diggs. Then this summer, they just traded a first, third for Jamal Adams. So they just they think they one piece away. That's what it looked like. They went 11-5. They came 1 yard away from winning their division against San Francisco, Week 17. If they got home field, maybe the playoffs would have been different. Maybe they would have went to the Super Bowl and San Francisco didn't. We might never know. Russell ain't getting no younger. He like 33, I think. So they are in a position to go all out. Go all out right now. Trade because they can't really draft first. Like if you look at their last 3 first-round draft picks, them boys can't draft. They drafted shot. They usually always trade down into the second round, and I see why because they drafted Penny. Penny really ain't did enough. You a first-round pick, and Chris Carson undrafted free agent that held that spot for the last 2 years, which you're on the roster. And then they drafted L.J. Collier, who from out of TCU last year. He really didn't do nothing. So, and then they drafted this year. They drafted
because I don't even know who he is. I'm sorry. No disrespect, but I don't even know who dude is. Never heard of him.
Yeah, he a pass rusher, but he didn't do nothing. He couldn't break the lineup. They could get on time in front of Jadeveon Clowney, and then they also this year they drafted Jordan Brooks. I'm not gonna say Jordan Brooks, sorry, but he did play linebacker at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
When the last time Texas Tech had a good defense? I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say the man is sorry, but
we're gonna see what they're gonna do. They might look. I think they might have got him thinking Jadeveon Clowney might leave. Like you're right. I can't name Texas Tech linebacker. So hey, let's throw him an edge rusher.
So I see why the Seattle like giving up 2 first-round picks. They know that we can't draft anyway, so we just might as well get a for sure bet. And they trying to make LOB too, man, with Jamal Adams playing the Cam Chancellor role and Quadre Diggs playing the Earl Thomas role, and you got Shaquille Griffin playing the Richard Sherman role. I wish Quinn Dunbar wouldn't try to rob somebody down in Miami, and he'd be starting the other corner, and then they secondary be set. I like Trey Flowers though.
I like Trey Flowers too.
I like last year. He had good number 2.
Right.
Yeah. But they had Quinn Dunbar. They really be nice because he had a good season last year in Washington.
Yeah. He be locking up.
So but yeah, I like the trade from both sides. Both teams got what they needed.
I'm really interested to see. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Me as a Cowboy fan, because I wanted Jamal Adams. Would I would have wanted my Cowboys to make that trade? No, because we can draft. And I like first-round picks. That's cheap. That's cheap labor, bro. Because like, when you start paying your quarterback all this money, the Seahawks ran into this problem because they ain't drafted well. But the Cowboys been drafted well, and they're about to pay Dak. They're trying to pay Dak. I don't know if Dak going to stay. That's a whole other topic. But they want to pay Dak all this money. When you do that, you need those cheap first-round draft picks because you can't be not paying everybody.
Right.
But yeah, so
I'm really interested. I'm really interested to see if, like I said, if Jamal Adams could keep Clowney in Seattle, because that'd be nice. That'd be nice. It's gonna help. It's gonna help out the back end. I mean, he forced the pressure, and you got the ball hawks in the back.
Hey, they saying Clowney ain't coming off that number, man. He want 18 million. Even for 1 year, he want 18 million, bro. He ain't coming off that number.
It might change if he see a Super Bowl in future.
Hey, man, some players play for money and some players play for rings. So we're going to have to see what Davion Clowney's motivation. But we're going to switch to the next on second down. I wanted to talk about all these players opting out, man. New England lost 6 players, headlined by Dante Hightower, Patrick Chung. They going to opt out this upcoming season. I know DeAnthony Thomas for the Ravens opted out. You got the Chiefs starting guard. He opted out. It's a lot of people opting out, man. What you think about that?
I mean, they must have backup plans. I understand it, though. I can respect it for sure because, like everybody say, NFL football is a contact sport, you know. And think about the virus that we're fighting. Everybody trying to keep 6 feet away. So how are you going to protect us from this virus? And we're tackling each other every day. You know, how you know somebody don't get the virus during the football game, like in the course of the game? Like, who knows? They're going to be outside playing in these elements. So it's really, really tricky. It's really, really tricky. And, I mean, I can definitely respect the players who decide to sit out because, I mean, you never know. They might have family members that already experienced it or may have had it. They might have young children. Like, you never know, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, I don't disagree, but a lot of teams are going to have to make some adjustments because they wasn't expecting, you know, some of their players to be missing. I'm sure New England wasn't expected to be missing the Dante Hightower once training camp start, or Green Bay wasn't expecting to miss Devin Funchess, who just got to Green Bay, by the way, you know. So, I mean, these teams are going to have to adjust to these holes that are starting to pop up on their rosters, and this is going to be interesting to see if we're going to have more players start to opt out. What if a starting quarterback opts out? I mean, we're going to have to see. It's tricky, but the NFL definitely has to do something to implicate the player's safety because there's always safety first. I mean, if the players don't feel safe, they're not going to want to play, and I don't blame them.
I was watching ESPN today, and I was watching Dan Orlovsky. I usually don't agree with him, but one thing I did agree on him today is that he said the most prepared team this year is going to win the Super Bowl. And I agree with that because, like, I know he said Belichick didn't expect Hightower to opt out, but I think I'm not worried about Belichick. He's the greatest coach of all time. He's going to do something. He'll scheme up something to get linebackers home. I know they already lost. Before this, they lost Cowboy Noy and they lost Jamie Collins, so they lost Dante Hightower. That means all their starting linebackers for last year won't be playing this year. But I'm not worried about teams like the Packers or the Patriots. I feel like their coaching staff is going to adjust. It's the team. I'm just worried about the teams who ain't going to be really prepared to come back this COVID. Because, like, all these, like, everybody, like, don't have, like, the Cowboys got the star. Like, everybody's facilities ain't good. Like, everybody don't got A1 facilities like the Cowboys, like the star. So how is, like, they going to combat this? And, like, during the summer, John Harbaugh, the head coach for the Ravens, he said that this stuff will be virtually impossible. How you going to – well, you got, like, hundreds of people that used to be in the NFL locker room, and you want to stay 6 feet away from each other? That's going to be impossible. So I can understand, like you said, people opting out. Like Marquise Goodwin, he opted out. I know DeMarcus Lawrence, he was thinking about opting out because his wife's pregnant. She's pregnant with his child, and he was thinking about should he play or not. He wanted to see what they were going to do to, like, keep them protected. But, like, but when you opt out, you forfeit your base salary. And, like, some of these players opting out, like players like Funchess and Marquise Goodwin, they make good money. To us, it's good money, like 6 figures. But DeMarcus Lawrence opt out, that's $18 million he opting out for. He giving up. So I know he want to protect his family, but $18 million, that's a lot of money to opt out for.
Yeah, you got a point, my brother.
I know Dante Hightower, his base salary, I think they said was $8 million. So that's a pretty penny to be opting out from.
Man, there's more and more players are starting to opt out. More and more players. I just seen Eddie Goldman for the Bears.
Yeah, for the Bears, he opted out. And then there's a lot of people. I know Michael Pierce. I think he used to play. I think he used to play for the Ravens.
He played for the Vikings.
He opted out. Yeah, he opted out. And like you said, Devin Funchess. But I like Alan Lazard. So I think I like what he did last year. He showed potential.
And the Cowboys got 2 players that opted out.
I ain't worried about Marquise.
But you know they down the depth chart down there.
It was Kennedy and who else?
Kennedy and Guidry. Steven
Guidry. He undrafted free agent. He wasn't gonna make the team, so I ain't worried about him. But I respect that though. Like you said, you gotta respect it. 'Cause I had a baby during COVID. She was 2 months, and I remember going through that whole process, bro. And they told me, because my wife wanted her doctor to give birth to our child. This is our second child. The first child, she couldn't do it because she was off. But she was at this one hospital in Arlington, Medical City, Arlington. That's where she had the baby at. And I remember at first we wasn't gonna have it there because they told her that they wasn't letting the spouses come. And I told my wife, nah, man, I don't care. We'll do it at home in the toilet, not in the toilet, in the bathroom. I'm gonna be there to see the birth of my child, man. Right. I gotta see the birth of my child, but like that, like COVID, like they were very protective. Eventually they let me come, but nobody could come up there. It's just weird having a baby during COVID because everybody usually come baby first born. The mother, the woman's mother want to come help and stuff, and it was like hard because you don't want like your baby to get contact with COVID. So I respect where DeMarcus Lawrence coming from because it is like hard times right now. Because I ain't seen a lot of my family. I can count on like one hand. I see a lot of my family since March, and it's hard, bro. But you gotta do it in 2020.
That's true, man.
We thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. Be sure to check out more shows here on this YouTube page, such as SOS Discussions or My Point Exactly, and most of all,
keep watching Spot On Sports.
It's a new wave of sports that's sweeping the nation. We're not just accurate, it's spot on.